Hi everybody, it's Steph here again, and today what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to show you how I dismantle a vintage Onoto The Pen fountain pen. This is a plunger filler. Now this particular pen is in black hard rubber. It comes from the very early 1900s. If it isn't already, it's not far 100 years old. So what I'm actually going to show you, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the pen came to me. I've just done a couple of things to it already just to help me prepare, if you like, but it's not actually a video to show you how it's done, because if you've not actually done these before, I wouldn't recommend you actually do them, because they're very, very brittle pens. But what I'm actually showing you here is how I actually do it. But as I say, this is how the pen came to me. It's got the slip cap there. As I say, it's a plunger filler, which means that this plunger knob actually pulls out. What we'll do first of all, let's unscrew the section here. As I say, this has been sort of preheated. It was very, very stiff, and I don't know if you can actually notice, this particular model has the over and under feed. Okay, now if we unscrew the plunger knob here, what you'll actually see is they're very susceptible to snapping the inner rods. Well, the inner rods actually snap off quite easily, so that's why I don't recommend you actually do this particular job unless you feel quite comfortable with it. So what we'll do now is simply take the rod out here as well. While I'm actually showing you this, what I'd like to do is actually show you this particular section here. You'll see it's got this conical top. Now, well, first of all, what I'll do, as I say, I've actually pre-soaked this. It's already been cleaned to an extent, so hopefully, says he, we can actually pull out the feed. We can take the nib away like so, and we can actually show you the over and under feed there, hopefully. Now this particular model has a, well, what they termed as a shut-off system to shut off the ink flow, and what it is, you can see this has got a conical top to the top of the plunger there, and inside the feed there, okay, let's try and give you a close-up. I'm hoping you can actually see that, but it's slightly, if you like, concaved inside there. And basically what happens is, once the pen is full with ink, you can twist it shut, and what actually happens is it sits home nice and cleanly like so, and in effect what that actually does is shut off the ink flow. And then when you want to use it, what you normally do is just turn the knob at the end of the barrel, and in effect what it does, it just simply opens it slightly and allows the ink flow through the feed. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you that, because a lot of people may have not actually seen this, how it actually works. As I say, this particular one is actually broken off inside there, so we've got to remove that. But the reason we've got to remove it as well is that you'll see these coned washers here. Now, as I say, this particular pen, in my opinion, is getting on for 100 years old. So as you'd expect, if I actually press that like so, you can see that the whole thing actually just simply is so brittle, it just simply breaks off. Okay, so that's what happens with these particular pens. The cone washer, if you like, there, you can see there how brittle it is. So that needs to be replaced, obviously. Now what I need to do as well is actually remove this cone here. Now incidentally, all the threads on these pens are a left-handed thread, so they're anti-clockwise, if you like. So when they unscrew, they screw opposite to, if you like, the normal way. Nice and simple. So what I need to do, I'm going to do it off camera because it's a bit fiddly, and I don't want to take too long if possible. But what I'm actually going to do, this particular cone section here, or this top of the plunger there has a little pin that we need to remove, so I'll do that in a moment off camera. Also, to the end of the cap here, sorry, the plunger knob, it also has a pin. I've actually removed it a little bit there just to show it to you. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see that. Okay, so what we'll also do is we'll remove that particular pin there. Incidentally, this is my little tool that I've actually made, and this is actually used to knock out these particular pins. Okay, so we've got a little pin there. As I say, I've already just started it just to show you, but again, just to try and save time, I'll do that off camera. As I say, there's a pin here that we need to remove, and again, I'll use this to try and knock the pin out. Okay, so in effect, the whole pen there basically is ready for dismantling. So what I'll do, just to knock out the pin here and to take this particular piece off, I'm going to just finish the video here, and I'll be back in a little moment. Okay, we're back again now. Okay, that only took me literally a couple of minutes to do, but here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's all been dismantled now. So there we go. We've got the plunger knob at the end. There's the pin, if you like, the pin there to the end for the plunger knob. There's the cone section to the top of the plunger. There's the small pin that was inside. That's the bottom section, and what we've done there, we've actually removed the old rubber washer, which is actually solidified. There's the rod. Unfortunately, it's broken. We've got the nib. We've got the over and under feed, and obviously the section, the cap and the barrel there. Just another thing I need to point out, the nib here, I don't know if you actually see that, has actually got a bend on it, but to be quite honest with you, that's not a problem at all. We can get rid of that bend, and that'll actually come out, that'll look very nice once it's actually done. So another problem with this particular pen, as I say, it's got a bend on the nib, but we'll straighten that and it'll look beautiful once it's done. There's only one more thing that we need to do. Inside the pen at the bottom here is normally two cork washers, if you like, and they're held in place by a retaining screw. Now, another little tool that I use, this is a piece of sort of rubber, and it's actually quite tacky. Now, I have actually, to be quite honest with you, it has actually been soaked, and I have actually already loosened it just to make the video a little bit quicker. But what I actually do now is insert this rubber tool in here, just simply turn the barrel, and I'm hoping you can see that there we go, and there we have it at the end, and there's the retaining screw that's holding the two corks into place. So we don't want to lose that, so we'll pop that over there. And at this point, what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is actually remove the old cork. And there you can see, ladies and gentlemen, again, because of the age of the pen, the whole sort of cork seals, etc., inside are actually, well, they're absolutely deteriorated, to be quite honest with you. So what we need to do is get rid of all the old cork. There we go, inside. I won't carry that on because, as I say, I'm going to restore the pen and everything, so that's just to show you what's inside. Now, as I say, the pen now is totally dismantled. We're going to clean certain parts. We're going to be very careful because it's quite a brittle pen. As I say, the pen's 100 years old, I would say, so we're going to be careful, but once it's done, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now, what we need to do, because the rod here, as I said, is broken off, the other section is still inside the plunger knob there, which I'll actually remove again off camera. Okay, I don't know if you can actually see that. That's broken off, so that's no good to us. Now, the good thing about it is that you can actually buy these parts, and basically you can buy all, well, Onoto plunger filler parts. And just to give you a little bit, well, tell you, my good friend Roger, and he's at the, well, www.customparts.co.uk, And he's great, Roger's very friendly, a lovely person, and he actually custom makes all these different parts. He makes the plungers, he makes the washers, he makes the cork washers, and that's basically where I buy them from. So if you need any parts to buy, go over and see Roger. He's very friendly, and that's where he's at. So thanks, Roger. Thanks for these parts, and you can now see your own parts being used. So there's the new plunger rod that Roger kindly sold me. And the only little thing with this is that once it goes inside the end of the plunger knob, the way Roger makes them, he makes them slightly longer, which is great. So you can actually adjust it yourself, make sure everything's correct, and then all you need to do is sort of get rid of any excess at the end there. And what we also need to do is obviously drill a hole into the thread once it's in the plunger knob, so that we can replace the retaining pin. Okay, so that's our new plunger rod. As I say, Roger, he sells all sorts of parts that he makes. These are the washers. On some of the models they have a washer behind the rubber plunger washer there. As you can see, these are the cup washers that Roger provides. Okay, and they're absolutely superb. As I say, they're the washers that sometimes on certain models they have a washer behind the cup washer there. What he also provides, which we'll be using on this particular pen, is these lovely cork washers, which, as I say, seal the end of the barrel there. So we'll be replacing the washers with these nice new ones. And last but not least, he also supplies these little rods, if you like, and on occasions when these pins actually break, he supplies this material which allows you to make your own pins. So if you need any parts, then go and see my friend Roger. Lovely guy, he'll help you out, very friendly, and he supplies and he makes these custom parts for Onoto, and they are absolutely superb. But back to the pen. As you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, everything is now dismantled. What we're going to do is clean inside the barrel, clean the nib, straighten the nib, get rid of the broken shaft inside the plunger knob here, and basically give it a nice polish, give it a clean, put it all back together, lubricate it with a bit of silicone grease so it works nice and smoothly. And then what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do another review of this particular pen once I've restored it, once it's up and running, once it's all together. We'll do a review on the pen and we'll show you what a beautiful writer it will be. There you go, that's confidence for you. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this has been helpful. As I said before, please don't try this yourself if you don't feel confident, because it is a very fragile pen. They are very fragile. The parts on them are very, well, they are fragile and they do have a tendency to break. So unless you feel comfortable, then you know, send your pen to somebody who knows what they're doing, and I'm sure you'll get a beautiful pen back. But in the meantime, why not go over to all the rest of my videos, take a look, don't be shy, leave a comment. And just for now, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, don't forget to come back, because this is part 1. Part 2, I'll show you the pen fully restored and working. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm going to say is bye now.